this lesson, I want to talk about what you do on an ongoing basis. What type of ongoing management is required for these Amazon businesses? And the beautiful thing about them is there's not a ton of ongoing management, but there are a few things that I want to make you aware of to make sure that you're successful with this particular business. I like to log in each day and look at a few different things. I want to walk through these few different things with you. The first thing I like to do is make sure that none of my listings are suppressed or inactive. So I'll just go to manage inventory. And then over here, I see right here that one's suppressed. That one's supposed to be, so that makes sense. But I don't see any other ones over here that are suppressed. What happens is you actually can get too many returns, or if customers are having a negative experience, Amazon will actually suppress that listing and wait for you to respond to their messages until you continue to sell it. So it's good to log in there each day, make sure that none of them are suppressed. The other thing I like to do is I like to make sure there's no changes to my listings. So let's look at my marshmallow sticks. And what I like to do is I like to just go to the listing, look through it, and make sure that it still looks as I expect it to. So all my photos are still there, my bullet points are as expected, my A+ content is as expected, so everything there looks good. From time to time, for whatever reason, sometimes your listing will get a little bit messed up and you don't want to have to wait for a long period until you recognize that. While I'm on my listing, I like to make sure that there aren't any other sellers selling my particular product. So I can see right here that it says sold by Jungle Creations, that's me, and fulfilled by Amazon. And there's nowhere underneath here that offers other offers on this particular listing. So I know no one else is selling on my listing. Now, even though you created this listing, it's still possible for other sellers to sell on your listing, either by reselling your product, for example, if they bought it at a deep discount and they want to sell it at full price, or if they're selling counterfeit items. If it's the latter category, it's really important that you report them to Amazon and send them a cease and desist to get them to stop selling your particular product. While I'm on Amazon, I like to look if there's any new competition. So I'll search for something like my yard signs. I'll see who else is on there, who else are new entrants. If they're doing anything that I want to be doing, or anyone who's picking up a lot of sales, do that. I'll just run the Jungle Scout extension to check to see who's selling well. And yeah, see what they're doing on their listing to see if I can get any ideas from it. I also like to go in on my listing and check to see if there's any new reviews. I like to read those reviews. While I'm on there, I also like to see if there's any questions. And to get to those, you just scroll down to the bottom, and in this section it says customer questions and answers. So you can actually respond to these like I did right here, the seller, and you want to be the person responding to them. You're actually able to comment on positive and negative reviews as well. So feel free to do that if you choose to do, if you like. I typically don't comment on them though, but that's kind of up to you. One of the last things I like to do for ongoing management of my account is you need to make sure you check to see if there's any customer messages, and if so, you need to respond to them. So to do so, you're gonna hop back inside of Seller Central. I'm gonna scroll up to the top and click on messages. And in here, if there's any messages that haven't been responded to, they'll be here. Now, Amazon does have a policy where you are required to respond to all messages within 24 hours. And they actually just rolled out something new called customer service rating. And here they actually rate you on how good of customer service you're providing and whether or not you responded within that 24-hour time frame. And I think this is factored into kind of like your overall account health. The good thing about Amazon is you don't receive too many messages. So the good part about that is it's not much work to do. The bad part about that is oftentimes I'll go weeks or even a month without getting any messages. So I'll kind of forget to check them. Even though Amazon sends me an email, but you just want to make sure to do so. The last thing that I like to do as far as ongoing management is concerned is of course my PPC, and I'm not going to go over that in this lesson. You can refer back to the PPC module, but that's one of the highest impact things for you to be optimizing so that you can save money. Now, as you can tell, all of this is a little bit of work to have to go in and check all this stuff every day. Jungle Scout does have a tool to make all this a little bit easier, and I encourage you guys to go ahead and turn it on. It's called the alert functionality. And to get to it, you're going to go into your product settings, and you're going to make sure that the bell is turned on. So if it's black, it's turned on for that product. If it's crossed out, then it's turned off. For the ones that are turned on, Jungle Scout will be checking different types of changes to your listing. Let's go in and look at these different alert settings. These are all the different alert settings I can set up. So I can have it tell me if my bestseller rank changes, or my price, or my rating, or when I get a new review, or if my product is no longer available. These are all the different things you can check or uncheck to be notified of. And then when one of those events happen, there'll be alert inside of your alert section, and Jungle Scout will also send you an email. So just in case, some days you forget to check it, or you just don't want to check it and just look at the alerts, Jungle Scout will be the one to alert you instead of you having to go in there each day and take a look at it. So it is really nice, and it shows you what the alert for was right here. Like a new review was added to this one, new review was added, and then I, of course, click through and I can look at that new review. So I encourage you to go ahead and turn this on. The other thing that I like to use Jungle Scout for as far as ongoing management is inside of the keyword section. You can go to Rank Tracker, and you can track your rank for different keywords. So since we've been using my Marshmallow 6 as an example, let's continue down that route. It will show you what my rank is for these different keywords and how that rank has changed over time. So my historical rank, thankfully, I've been stayed in the first spot for that one. Let's look at some other ones though, like long s'more sticks. For this one, I've been moving around a little bit more, and it's a nice thing just to keep an eye on, to know, like, man, if you're just dropping day over day, week over week for a certain time period, that's not good, and you want to try to address that. So those are the different things that I look at as far as ongoing management of my Seller Central account or the business is concerned. Throughout this module, I'll be talking about a few of the other things like inventory, but these are all kind of like the miscellaneous management items that I'm doing on a daily or weekly basis. Thanks.